If your history class skipped Nepal's civil war, you're missing out on one of the most transformative chapters in modern history. This conflict, often overshadowed by other global events, holds significant lessons and insights into the complexities of political struggle, social justice, and human resilience. Let's dive in and uncover the layers of this tumultuous period. The Maoist insurgency in Nepal, lasting from 1996 to 2006, was a decade-long struggle that reshaped the nation's political landscape. This period was marked by intense conflict, strategic maneuvers, and a relentless quest for change. The insurgency was not just a series of battles. It was a profound movement that sought to address deep-seated issues within Nepalese society. It all started with deep-rooted issues of economic inequality and social injustice. Nepal, a country rich in cultural heritage and natural beauty, was plagued by stark disparities between the rich and the poor. The rural areas, in particular, suffered from neglect and underdevelopment, creating a fertile ground for discontent and rebellion. The Maoists capitalized on these grievances, promising a new era of equality and justice. The Maoists aimed to overthrow the monarchy and establish a communist republic. Their vision was radical and ambitious, seeking to dismantle centuries-old structures of power and privilege. The monarchy, which had long been a symbol of stability and continuity, was now seen as an obstacle to progress and reform. The Maoists' call for revolution resonated with many who felt marginalized and oppressed. Guerrilla warfare was their tactic of choice: ambushes, sabotage, and hit-and-run attacks. These tactics were not just military strategies. They were expressions of a broader philosophy of resistance and defiance. The Maoists operated in the rugged terrain of Nepal, using the mountains and jungles to their advantage. Their ability to strike unexpectedly and then disappear into the wilderness made them a formidable force. They found support in rural areas where poverty was rampant and the government's presence was minimal. The rural population, often neglected by the central government, saw the Maoists as champions of their cause. The insurgents provided not only a political alternative but also practical assistance, such as education and healthcare, which endeared them to the local communities. This grassroots support was crucial to the Maoists' sustained campaign. But this war wasn't just about battles. It had a devastating impact on civilians. Entire villages were uprooted, families were torn apart, and the social fabric of the nation was severely damaged. The conflict created a humanitarian crisis, with thousands of people displaced and in dire need of assistance. The psychological scars of the war would linger long after the fighting had stopped. Both sides committed severe human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings, abductions, and even the recruitment of child soldiers. These atrocities highlighted the brutal nature of the conflict and the extent to which both the government and the Maoists were willing to go to achieve their objectives. The use of child soldiers in particular was a grim reminder of the war's impact on the most vulnerable members of society. The world couldn't ignore the crisis, drawing international attention and efforts to mediate peace. Various international organizations, including the United Nations, stepped in to facilitate dialogue and negotiations. The global community recognized that a peaceful resolution was essential not only for Nepal, but also for regional stability. Diplomatic efforts intensified, with numerous rounds of talks aimed at finding a lasting solution. Finally, in 2006, the Comprehensive Peace Accord was signed, ending the armed conflict. This historic agreement marked a turning point in Nepal's history, bringing an end to a decade of violence and paving the way for a new political order. The signing of the accord was met with widespread celebrations, as people dared to hope for a future free from the horrors of war. This led to the abolition of the monarchy in 2008, transitioning Nepal into a federal democratic republic. The end of the monarchy was a dramatic shift, symbolizing the triumph of the people's will over entrenched power structures. The new republic faced the daunting task of building a democratic system that could accommodate the diverse aspirations of its citizens. The Maoists, once insurgents, became a major political force, helping to draft Nepal's new constitution. Their transition from armed rebels to political leaders was a remarkable transformation, reflecting the dynamic nature of Nepalese politics. The drafting of the new constitution was a complex and contentious process, involving intense debates and negotiations. The Maoists' participation was crucial in shaping the document that would define the future of the nation. Yet the journey to peace remains complex, with ongoing challenges in political stability and economic development. The post-war period has been marked by frequent political upheavals, economic difficulties, and social tensions. The legacy of the conflict continues to influence Nepal's political landscape as the country grapples with the challenges of governance, development, and reconciliation. The Maoist insurgency left an indelible mark on Nepal, forever changing its political and social fabric. The war brought about significant changes in the way people viewed their government, their rights, and their role in society. It also highlighted the need for addressing the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and social injustice. The lessons learned from this period continue to shape Nepal's ongoing efforts to build a more just and equitable society. And the story is far from over. Nepal's journey towards peace and prosperity is an ongoing process, with many challenges and opportunities ahead. The resilience and determination of the Nepalese people will be crucial in navigating this path. As the nation continues to evolve, the experiences of the Maoist insurgency will serve as a reminder of the importance of addressing the underlying issues that drive conflict and the need for inclusive and sustainable development. The future of Nepal holds promise, but it will require continued effort, dialogue, and cooperation to achieve lasting peace and progress.